I am Luani Caetano, Executive Director for the National Committee for Families and Children. Welcome to the Children's Access to Justice training session. I'm encouraged by your presence here, which I believe signals your commitment to working with us to improve the current situation. I could not be at the training sessions today, but thanks to the genius of technology, I'm privileged nonetheless to share a few thoughts for your consideration. I'd say let's start with the obvious. It goes without saying that children rank high amongst our greatest assets. In their hopes and dreams lies the potential of our nation. For this very reason, they require our country to fully support their development and to offer the highest protection possible from the violation of their rights. This is the mandate of the NCFC, to ensure that we are working together, doing the right things to make this a reality for our children. Our government, NGOs, civil society have all worked tirelessly to make changes to the Belizean landscape to allow children to fulfill their greatest potential. However, one of our challenges continues to be protecting children from all forms of physical and mental violence, injury, abuse, maltreatment, exploitation, as promised in Article 19 of the CRC. Not only do these laws better protect our children, but they also attack the fundamental basis of children's rights. 1, to the purity and innocence of childhood, and 2, to nurturing and loving families. We cannot allow our children to not experience the sanctity of childhood. You are an integral part of the response to combat these challenges. It is important that children get justice, and this means implementing the laws to the best of our ability and ensuring successful prosecution of offenders and supporting child victims. So what should you get from this training then? Our intent is twofold. Firstly, we want to give you the tools to help to implement the new laws. These training models are the start of that process. They will equip you with the knowledge about the new laws and how you can use this knowledge in your work. This is an important transition that has to happen so we can take the intent of these laws and make justice accessible for children in real life. So your commitment and time and energy is required to making this possible. Finally, we want you to help us change the culture. Where you are, you have influence. There are many social and cultural practices and beliefs that create the environment for children to be abused. Many of them will probably come up for discussion during this training. The paradigm shift that has to occur requires us to partner with agents who can act as catalysts for change, a new way of thinking and doing things. You are most poised to help us with this cause, so we sincerely hope that you reflect on your value system to examine if indeed you may have beliefs and practices that need to change. I take this opportunity to thank you for attending and encourage you to make use of the expertise that is being made available at this training. For future support, or if you have further questions, feel free to contact us at the NCFC. Visit our website at ncfc.org.bz as well.
Pleasant good morning from UNICEF Belize. I'm Ivan Yerovi, Country Representative. It is always exciting when we get to support the work of our local partners in moving the children's agenda forward. This issue is certainly one that is of paramount importance to us. UNICEF has a different approach when we think about the abuse and neglect that children face, and specifically abuse that violates their bodies and minds. We consider it to be violence, a strong word that we feel adequately describes the severity of these violations against children. But the hope lies in the fact that violence against children is completely preventable. When we come together and agree that we will not tolerate in our homes, in schools and communities, we begin to create an environment where violence against children can be completely eradicated. A zero-tolerance approach requires us to accept that no violence against children is justifiable. 2, violence against children is everyone's business. 3, to stop violence completely, we have to address the root causes and social norms that allow it to perpetuate. And 4, to stop violence requires partnerships and networking to create synergies in our prevention and response to violence against children. Globally, UNICEF has supported a call to end violence against children, but this means that the actual work has to happen locally. In countries across the globe, policies and laws have to be made that facilitates this thinking. Belize has been very progressive in this regard in passing very important laws that support this cause. So it's timely for UNICEF to now also support these training sessions, where key stakeholders like you can be equipped to better protect children in practical terms. Also, to successfully implement the new laws, officers must work together across ministries to ensure the investigation and prosecution of offenders and protection and support of the child victims occur simultaneously. There will be the opportunity to work with your counterparts in other ministries during, and it is hoped that this collaboration continues after the training. We anticipate that your capacity will be developed to act as a partner in this fight. We thank you for your partnership. UNICEF will continue to do all it can to be supportive of Belize's efforts. We hope these training sessions will be the first step in the right direction.